Welcome to another episode of Live from Jacksonville. I'm your host, Amadeus. Coming up a little bit later on, we're going to be talking with one of the members of the Oak Ridge Boys. It was such a pleasure and honor to speak with William Lee Golden. And we're going to give you our take on Halloween Horror Nights this year. It's actually something that we recorded, a month ago, but it's been so busy I haven't had a chance to launch it yet. So we'll give you our opinion of this year's Halloween Horror Nights. There's still a month left to go. It's running through November 2nd, Universal Orlando Resort. So we'll give you a little bit of our take on some of the houses. First up, Daly's Place has Dirty Heads and Jake Owen on Thursday, October 23rd. Not a lot of shows coming to Daly's Place right now because of the construction at the Stadium of the Future. Get to dailysplace.com for tickets for that show. The music group Parmalee will be at 5 in Riverside on Saturday, October 18th. That website for tickets is 5jacks.com. Coming to the Florida Theater, Vampire Circus on Tuesday, October 14th. Billy Joel's Legends, The Lords of 52nd Street on Thursday, October 16th. Abducted by the 80s with Wang Chung, Men Without Hats and Naked Eyes. That show will be at the Florida Theater on Sunday, October 19th. That show was here, I believe it was last year, with the Motels, in addition to those other three bands. Such a fun show. I highly recommend it. That's Sunday, October 19th. Johnny Swim on Tuesday the 19th. And the Rocky Horror Picture Show is playing at the Florida Theater on Saturday, October 25th. FloridaTheater.com for info and tickets on all those shows. The St. Augustine Amphitheater has Ryan Bingham and the Texas Gentlemen on Saturday, October 18th. Tedeschi Trucks Band on Friday and Saturday, October 24th and 25th. Cole Swindell will be at the Amp on Sunday, October 26th. John Legend on Tuesday, October 28th. And the legendary Peter Frampton playing at the St. Augustine Amphitheater on Wednesday, October 29th. Check out theamp.com for tickets for those shows. Coming to the Thrasher Horn Center on Friday, October 17th, it's country music icon Trace Atkins. Then on Saturday, October 25th, it's another country music icon, Craig Morgan. But this Sunday, October 12th, it's country music legends, the Oak Ridge Boys, bringing their farewell tour to the Thrasher Horn Center. As I mentioned earlier, I had the distinct honor of chatting with William Lee Golden. He's the one with a really, really long beard who's been a part of the Oaks since 1965.
Hello, this is William Lee Golden with the Oak Ridge Boys.
Good morning, William Lee. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are things in Orange Park?
Very, very good. I'm so happy to be talking to you.
Well, man, I'm excited that the Oak Ridge Boys are getting to come back to Orange Park here on October the 12th.
Yeah, not much longer. The Oak Ridge Boys will be at the Thrasher Horn Center Sunday, October 12th. We're super excited to have you guys coming, but man, kind of sad that it's the farewell tour.
Well, it was saying farewell to our longtime singing partner, Joe Bonsall, last year was heart-wrenching, and that's actually how the tour started, was basically for Joe to be able to say farewell. And as you probably know, he was suffering from ALS, it's a Lou Gehrig's disease, a muscular degenerative situation that
right.
he was dealing with. But and then we have our longtime bass singer, Richard Sterban, has been suffering here recently, and hasn't been out here since basically May was the last time that we were out together with Richard. But we have two young guys, Tim Duncan, great young bass singer, and Aaron Lee McCoon, another incredible young bass singer. Young kids that are out with us, man, and helping us out while Richard's been going through some health issues there with pancreatic cancer. And, but yeah, it was a farewell to our singing partner Joe, and now then it's we're having to deal with our other singing partner with Richard here. But like with this young Ben James, that's singing tenor with the Oak Ridge Boys now. He's a brand new spark of energy. He's in his 20s. I got grandkids older than Ben James. But he brings a youthful new sound for our group. He comes out of country and bluegrass music. He also grew up loving quartet singing and knew all the Oak Ridge Boys songs and a lot of country music. When Tony Brown heard Ben James sing about a year and a half ago, he walked over to him when Ben first was joining up with the Oak Ridge Boys sing and said, "Man, I've not heard a high, lonesome sound like yours but one guy in the past 35 years. He said, you're a brand new generation with a Vince Gill voice."
Wow.
And so that's about as high a compliment as any young singer coming into country music could ever get.
Well, the music of the Oak Ridge Boys will live on forever. I know as a kid, Hee Haw was like church around my house. And I grew up on Y'all Come Back Saloon and Come On In and, One in a Million. These are the songs that like are the fabric of my life. And in mentioning all these young guys that are kind of filling in right now, do you think it's possible that the Oak Ridge Boys continue to tour almost as a tribute band with these younger singers?
Well, I tell you what, none of us started the Oak Ridge Boys, although there was 4 of us that were together for 50 years. That was Joe Bonsall, Richard Sterban, Duane Allen, and I. It just happened that Duane and I have been together now for 6 decades.
Wow.
We joined up singing when he was in his 20s. He took music in college and a great singer, one of the finest lead singers and harmony singers anywhere. He studied choral arrangements in college, and he's been a tremendous asset. And he's just been the backbone of the Oak Ridge Boys, basically, with his lead singing and his accomplishments as a singer and knowing music, reading music, and it certainly helped some of us that didn't read music, Heck, I had to go to summer school to get out of high school. So,
Me too!
I respect a lot of his abilities. He's been a tremendous asset for the Oak Ridge Boys and a strong backbone for our group. And so we've been together now for 60 years. So that's the heart of the Oak Ridge Boys. And but we got these young kids now that's out with us, Ben James and Tim Duncan and Aaron Lee McCoon, the bass singers. And so we've had them out with us in the past 3 or 4 months since Richard has been sidelined here with his treatment. But, we're praying for Richard, and we're just thankful for all the years with Joe Bonsall. And I think when it gets time for the Oak Ridge Boys, that if one of us gets to where we can't go any further, I think that we should take the torch that we carried and have been carrying all these years and pass it to a new generation that can carry it on into the future. Because, again, none of us started this group, and none of us were real close friends with the original guys that started the group. It started back in the early 40s when we were just basically just babies. And but yeah, it's a tradition that we've been able to hold on to and to build on throughout these years, and that our group is built on harmony. It's 4-part harmony, and we're the only professional singing country music act that's doing 4-part harmony right now. And, the Statler Brothers were a 4-part harmony singing. And I remember as a kid growing up, I was turned on by a lot of the pop groups back in our day, back the Coasters, and some of those guys have had 4-part harmony groups. And they were singing in pop music, but a lot of those guys came out of churches. And they were gospel singers before they got into pop music. But I've always loved 4-part harmony singing, the Platters, the Coasters, and, a lot of those type groups, the bass singer that would do step-out lines, what was it? Why is everybody always picking on me? Charlie Brown.
Yes.
And those type songs, man. But, it was when the Oak Ridge Boys had that crossover, it kind of brought all of that feel in music back with that old song that we had recorded, that Dallas Frazier wrote back 16 years before the Oak Ridge Boys recorded Elvira. And, but it has some of that same feel with that bass singer step-out line. So I grew up singing country music and country gospel music. My sister taught me how to play music when I was 6 and 7 and 8 years old, I learned to play rhythm guitar and sing harmonies, man. It's something I've done all my life is sing harmonies. But then it was high school when I sang in my first quartet at W.S. Neal High School in Bruton, Alabama, right there on the Florida line. And I sang in the FFA quartet, Future Farmers of America, and we would compete with other school chapters of FFA and either with band competitions or with singing competitions, with group singing. And so that's when I really fell in love with four-part harmony was when I was in high school. And then I pursued that in life. And I had a trio after high school, but then got to meet the Oak Ridge Boys in touring. And I pursued to be able to sing with them back in the early 60s. I joined the Oak Ridge Boys in 1965. And singing baritone harmony. And that's what I've been singing. And we got an incredible lead singer we've had all this time. And having these young guys on each side of us, it's a great tenor singer and a great bass singer. It's just been exhilarating to go out and play music and sing every day that we get the chance to sing, because we found that music has been healing, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritual healing is being around music and being able to sing music and harmonize together. And so every chance we get the chance to sing, like at Orange Park, man, something we look forward to, and we can't wait to get down there.
We are definitely looking forward to it, too. Again, the show is Sunday, October 12th. We're speaking with William Lee Golden from the Oak Ridge Boys. Tickets are available at thcenter.org. William Lee, as you close the chapter of your life with the Oak Ridge Boys, what's the future of the Goldens?
Well, the Goldens, my family, this year, you know, I lost my oldest son, Rusty, last year. It was within 2 weeks of when Joe Bonsall passed away. So it was kind of a double barrel of sadness in our life. And Duane lost his beautiful wife of 54 years to cancer. And so it was a heart-wrenching year last year. But we have found that getting together and being able to sing and play music and sing in harmony together, that's been so healing and uplifting for us, and it's something that we want to do as long as we're able to do it, you know. I mean, it's a passion that we had from childhood, and it's something that we'll follow throughout our life. I heard an interview the other day that someone asked Keith Richards with the Rolling Stones, said, Keith, when is the Rolling Stones going to retire? Keith said, retire? That'd be like a death sentence.
Exactly.
So if you're in good health and you're left to sing and you're left to play music, man, it's what we love to do, and it's what we have a passion to do, and it's what we live for, and it's what we sacrifice being at home with our families and all of that. And it's the feelings that we receive when we're able to get together and sing, and the healing that we continue to get day after day is lifting our spirits, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, lifting us up with music and songs. And I know this year the Oaks are extending our show with some gospel songs. We're doing about 4 or 5 gospel songs throughout the evening, doing a little section of gospel, kind of where we've come from, what it was happening when Duane and I joined the group. And but with the Goldens, we've been recording some because of a conflict of some dates that we've had. It's kind of been impossible for me to book dates for our family this year, but certainly we've been recording some and working on my grandson Elijah's solo video on. But he just graduated Brown University, and my granddaughter Elizabeth, who come up to Orange Blossom there and played on Thursdays, I believe, this past season in the summers. But she lives in Orlando, and her husband plays the lead in one of the Disney shows there, musicals.
Oh, wow.
And but she also works at Disney and Universal there. She plays violin and sings. A beautiful granddaughter of mine, Elizabeth Golden. But she played and harmonized with our family. We toured together. And Elijah, so he's out of college now, and he's getting married soon. And so we had a lot of other things that kind of interfered with the family being able to tour this year. But we're kind of trying to keep the ball rolling for us, making new music and recording together and finishing up some albums that we're doing. And hopefully we'll be able to do some more live performances looking like next year.
Well, keep the Thrasher Horn Center in mind when you get back on tour with the Goldens.
Yes, sir.
We'd love to see you back here in Orange Park. Before I let you go, I feel like I read or heard that the Oak Ridge Boys are working on some new music. Is that correct?
That is. I'm glad you asked that, because last year we recorded a new album, and we have a new video on that right now that just won a Telly Award. It's called Come On Home. Dave Cobb, that produces Chris Stapleton, he's been producing the Oak Ridge Boys for about 10 years. We've done the last 5 albums with Dave Cobb. We do one about every 2 or 3 years. We did one last year, and we're looking at doing one this year, man. We're going in the studio in November again here in Nashville and recording another project. But these are projects that we've done with Ben James, our young tenor singer, and it's been incredible to record with him, and he's an incredible talent. He's a brand new generation with an incredible voice. But, the Oak Ridge Boys are recording this year, too. And we have some dates set aside the first week in November coming up.
Well, I, for one, am looking forward to a new Goldens record, definitely the new Oak Ridge Boys record. And if I can put in a request for the concert, Bobbie Sue is one of my favorites.
We'll be doing Bobbie Sue. We'll be doing Elvira. We'll be doing Y'all Come Back Saloon. We'll be doing Trying to Love Two Women is a song that I sang. And when I recorded that was kind of my life story. But time makes a change, Anyhow, I'll be doing Thank God for Kids, and the Oaks will be doing Sail Away and some of these great classic songs.
Man, we cannot wait. It's Sunday, October 12th at the Thrasher Horn Center, the Oak Ridge Boys. William Lee Golden, thank you so much for your time today.
All right, I'll see you down there on the 12th.
Safe travels, buddy. Wow, what a thrill that was for me chatting with anyone from the Oak Ridge Boys. Just grew up listening to those guys and such a fan. thcenter.org. That show is Sunday night, October 12th. At the Thrasher Horn Center. Okay, what you're about to hear, we actually recorded, I think it was August 30th. It was the morning after opening night of Halloween Horror Nights. It's a Friday night when we do this. I get up at 3:30 in the morning, go all day, then we get down to Orlando. As soon as we check in, we got to get to the media party. Then we do this RIP tour that goes on until about 1 o'clock in the morning. So by the time I get back to my room, I've been up for 23 hours normally. Then we're up early the next morning to record this segment for the podcast. And we start out pretty good, but then you can tell as the podcast goes, we get punchy. And it's kind of fun and funny. You can tell on my voice that I'm tired and a little wore out. But this is Halloween Horror Nights 2025. Again, that event is running through November 2nd at Universal Orlando Resort. I have to thank my friends at Universal for inviting us back every year. I have to apologize to my friends at Universal for getting this on so late. September was a blur, and I am thankful that you bring me down, and I promise next year to get this loaded up the day after we get back from Orlando. But this was our experience at Universal Orlando Resort Halloween Horror Nights this year.
We are rolling.
Welcome to another episode of Live from Jacksonville. We are live from Orlando. Well, we're recording in Orlando at the Universal Orlando Resort Radio Broadcast Center, and we have Paula with us today. Paula is our, our guide for the morning here at the Broadcast Center. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for having me on.
You've been with Universal for about 15, 20, 30, 45, 50 years?
21 years.
Wow. We meet so many people every time we come here that have been with this company forever.
It's a great company. It's a wonderful company to work for.
And it's got to be fun every day, right?
You know what? If you're having a bad day, come out and ride a roller coaster.
There you go. Can you just do that? Can you just be like, you can?
Yes.
Like, you can stop what you're doing and be like, oh, I want to go ride a roller coaster.
I got to go out in the park and I got to release some tension.
You know what, Matt? We need to build a roller coaster in our parking lot of the radio station.
Excellent.
So when we're having a bad day, we can just go out and ride a roller coaster. Halloween Horror Nights is going on now through November 2nd at Universal Orlando. Select nights, so make sure you check out the website for the nights that they're open. As it gets closer to Halloween, it's like every night, I think, for the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
It's always, I would say, not one of, but the most exciting thing that I look forward to every single year. We've been coming, I don't know, I think since like 2000. When did it start?
It started in one of the very first years. It started as a one-night event.
No way.
Yes.
I don't think I knew that.
Fright Nights, I think it was called.
That's right.
And this is year 34?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's been going on for a very long time. We look forward to the hospitality of Universal Orlando because they do this kind of a media night. We all get to go on the RIP tour. So we see all the houses. We go through all the scare zones. We just have a great time. They feed us well, and it's just an amazing time. And they put us up in a great hotel. Do you get to do all that?
No.
She was looking at me with a scowl, like, I don't get to do all that.
I want to do that.
Well,
they do have an employee preview night for employees to come and experience the park, and that way people can experience the park before the guests come, so the actors and the entertainers and operations can see the flow and tweak before it opens. And
I would think, too, especially for the RIP tour guides, because the one we had last night, Joe, was amazing. And he had been through the houses. He knew which ones were his favorites. He could give a little background on the houses as well as let people know what to expect. Like if they're scared by this or that, they could either sit out. Or I don't think anybody sat out at any of our houses last night. Did they, Matt?
No.
Yeah, I think everybody went through, and they were a blast. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So you have not been through the houses yet? I have not been through the houses. I have not been through the scare zones, and I have not seen the shows. So I'm a wonderful time. No, that's great because if you have any questions about any of them, like maybe our audience would, you can just jump right in and ask. Let's just run down the houses real quick.
Okay.
The first one that we went into last night was Grave of Flesh, and that was one of my favorites to kick off. It was really a lot of fun.
That was my least favorite. I'm just going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And I thought it was intentional. You know, Joe's a great guide, and I thought there was a method to, building, maybe starting with the not quite as scary or whatnot. And because it did elevate and get better from there.
I liked the special effects in that. I liked the look of it, and I had a couple of good jump scares. Yeah. So I enjoyed that.
It's pretty basic. I thought it was a good basic house.
Yeah. From there, we went into probably one of the most anticipated houses of the year. No, from there we went into Terrifier.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And that Art the Clown. Are you familiar with Art the Clown, Paula?
No, I am not.
You're not?
No.
So this is kind of a B-rate horror film that it came out, and I don't even think it was rated. If I'm not mistaken, it's rated NR. It's so graphic and disgusting and gross as a film. It is probably one of the most graphic horror films ever made. Low budget, gross, bloody, disgusting.
Very gory. That was on my little reminder notes. I mean, it was very, very gory.
And the character is this clown, this really, really tall clown named Art the Clown. He's like all white, like black around his mouth, and he wears this little top hat, this creepy little top hat. He's just one of the creepiest characters. Not like Pennywise is a fun, kind of jovial clown. This thing is creepy as hell.
Not like Jack the Clown. Jack the Clown, who's been with Universal for years.
Look at this picture here of Art the Clown. Yeah,
he looks like he's got a parachute over his head.
And you will get
yeah. He almost looks like a nun without the habit on,
right?
And then like this little top hat. That house was creepy.
Very, very. I'll say it again, gory, and you'll get drenched in blood. Remember?
Oh, that's right. You have two options at the end to go on a dry path or the wet path.
Yeah.
So if you are creeped out or grossed out by blood and gore, this is not your house.
That is correct.
If you are creeped out by blood and gore, you're probably not coming to Halloween Horror Nights. So if you are creeped out by those things, this is not your house. But at the end, it's dry and wet path, and they tell you before you go in if you have a poncho, which we did.
Yeah.
Put on the poncho for the and when you exit, you go through this like it's almost like a waterfall of blood.
Well, yeah, I was going to say quote unquote blood.
Yeah.
You're getting drenched in blood.
I mean, it's clear water, obviously, when you come out, but you don't know in the moment because it looks so...
the visual. The visual, there's blood everywhere, so you're getting soaked with, oh my gosh, what is this?
You know what? The more we talk about it, the more I love that house. I wish we had gone in a second time.
Yeah.
It was really, really a lot of fun. I've got to be honest, you said that was the first one we went into was your least favorite.
Yeah.
The one I was most looking forward to was Five Nights at Freddy's. Are you familiar with that film, Paula?
Sure.
If you're not, that's okay. It's basically it's a horror movie about it used to be like a kind of a Chuck E. Cheese with those animatronic characters, and kids went missing, and come to find out their souls are in these
yes
animatronics.
We've had Freddy's for a couple of times. I think we've had Freddy's.
Really? I don't remember seeing it, but that's just me. I'm not that bright.
But this sounds very familiar.
This one, it was the one I was most looking forward to, and I was a little let down by it because I don't know if it was the story. The characters are amazing, but I think the jump scares weren't as fun for me as I had hoped for. But again, it may have been just me building it up. But visually, an amazing house.
Well, I was going to say it started off strong. It's like out of the gate, it was like, oh, cool sets.
Yeah, you walk into the pizza place and the whole band is up there, the animatronic band, and they start slowly like falling apart, and it's creepy and fun. You got to check that movie out.
You know, the one thing about these houses, and this is what I love about Halloween, is that if you take your time and walk through the houses, there's so much detail.
This is what Matt and I love.
I'm all about the sets.
Yeah, we both are, fans of detail. There was a time when I worked for a television station, and every year we would come and I would interview someone in a house with the lights up, like in the daytime. And to stand even in one room and look around, it was mesmerizing how much detail there is. When you're going through and it's strobe lights, and you're being scared and looking around so fast, you miss a lot of amazing stuff. And these people work their butts off to make it look real.
For months.
Yeah.
If not a year, over
I was going to say, probably years.
And the houses that are with LPs, like Fallout, they work with those creators to replicate the scenes.
Yeah, I think they told us they were on the set of season 2 for Fallout.
Yes.
Getting details and storylines.
So that they can perfect it, and so that those real fans of those movies really see all those details, and it's those fans that will pick out.
Right.
Oh, did you see that
exactly.
animatronic? Did you see how his arm fell off?
That's exactly how I was for Freddy's, because I'm a fan of that movie. I haven't played the video game. But our tour guide said it wasn't based on the video game, so you wouldn't miss anything. That's a great house visually. It wasn't as scary to me as I'd hoped, but it was really, really good. Okay, so let's just go through some of the other ones. Dolls, Let's Play Dead. Matt, this is one of your favorite houses, right?
I really enjoyed that. One of the things is your everything's larger. It's making you feel like one of the babies.
Yeah, so basically, Paula,
everything's big.
On this one, you get shrinked down by the people that are torturing dolls, and you enter this doll house. So everything around you it's like you're the size of a doll.
Oh.
Like a Barbie doll.
Oh, okay, so you've been shrunk. Okay.
You've been shrunk down.
Do you remember the show Land of the Giants?
Yes.
From the 60s?
Yes.
And, that's what it felt like. And I love that world.
There were a couple times you'd go through a corridor, and there's a window, and you could see people, looking in the window at you. So you felt small.
Well, and there was a giant spool of thread. Everything was...
So the legs of the chairs, you were at the bottom of the chairs.
Right.
Yeah, right. That kind of...
You walk by this massive, massive rat trap with just the tail in it.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
That was great.
Just the tail?
Just the tail.
But the mask, the costumes, creepy babies.
Creepy babies.
Can't go wrong with creepy dolls and creepy babies.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I love that house. Hatchet and Chains, these were characters from a house last year that got their own house this year, and they're demon bounty hunters. The characters are a hatchet. One's got a hatchet, one's got chains, and they're these demons that are coming after you. That was one of the houses that gave me the most jumps. How about you?
That's with the stable. It takes, and you were talking about the attention to detail. It really hit me. Remember when we walked past? It was either barn doors or something, and there were bullet holes.
Yeah,
and it was a gunfight. You could hear the gunshots. And there were. In the bullet holes, there were red lights and the smoke coming out. So those little details are really cool to see.
Yeah,
and,
as you're walking through the corridor throughout the house, you can hear the gunshots, and then you'll see the holes.
Well, and you know that distinctive smell in all the houses of the dry ice, right?
Right.
And this one definitely had some distinctive smells too. It was like saddle leather.
Yes.
I was getting hints of magnesium for some reason. and manure.
Yeah. Matt said while we were going through the house, I think there's manure in this house.
There is a poop smell.
I
honestly
feel like they took actual manure and put it on the set.
It's a smell.
While we're on that,
it's a thing.
You can even buy candles, I think, for Halloween.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like
While we're on that poop smell, I was going to say I think this year there were more. It was the most sensory overload with smells in every house that I think I've ever had. Like, I don't know if I've ever just not noticed it.
Particularly the people in front of it. I'm kidding. Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, no, you didn't.
It
was hot out.
It was hot.
It actually felt pretty good. It was a little breeze.
I did notice every house, it seemed like every house had a smell, and it wasn't pleasant, which added to the whole, atmosphere of the whole thing.
I do love that dry ice smell, though. Something about it.
Let's talk about WWE presents The Horrors of the Wyatt 6. I didn't know anything about this character or this storyline.
And by the way, that's SICKS, not the number.
Wyatt 6, SICKS. Are you familiar with this WWE character?
No,
I wasn't either. And we met them in the beginning presentation. The characters are creepy as hell. There's this big hair, this big rabbit with this creepy face. There's like a pig boy and this creepy woman. And Wyatt is a WWE character. And that was a house that really was disturbing to me, almost like Art the Clown.
Is he big? Like a WWE wrestler? Like
yeah.
He's got muscles?
And he's got this top hat on, and he's got this mask, but you can see his creepy smile. Really, really great characters.
Does he throw people down?
No. Yeah. It doesn't wrestle you, but you felt like you could. Like he could just pick you up and just like slam you on the mat. How was that house for you?
It was okay. I felt like if you're a wrestling fan, you'll really enjoy it, and even if you're not a wrestling fan, you could enjoy it. But I was kind of in the middle, like, oh, okay, yeah.
But that hair, that massive rabbit, that was a creepy character.
Yeah,
and so was that pork face guy. I mean, he kept popping. I think the characters must have saw it in my face that I was creeped out by them. All the ones that played the pig boy, because they had their radar on me, and they scared me every time. Okay, El Artista. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
La Artista.
It says L.
Does it? Oh, El Artista.
Or maybe I'm mispronouncing E-L.
Well, no, I thought it should.
We're all Spanish.
I thought it should be feminine, and La. I could have sworn it's La Artista.
Either way, it's a Spanish haunting. This is one of my favorite stories of the haunted houses.
We have a Spanish lesson right now. Get going here.
It was so basically the story on this one, Paula, is this artist is like this mad artist, and he's painting these characters, and these demons realize that they can get into the real world through his paintings. So as you go through the house, you see he kind of goes mad, and these demons come out to get you.
Okay, that's creepy.
It's really a great storyline for a house.
How do they come out of the
it's magic. It's just magic.
And they just appear?
I'm sorry, it's El Magico. I don't know how they come through. I just know that they do, because our guide told us that.
Okay.
But, Matt, how
do you see them, or do they just attach paranormally to your body?
Ooh, I don't know. No. You see them. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of good jump scares.
I don't want to come home with anybody.
But I think they stay in the house when you leave. But at the beginning of this house, they're not demon-like. And as you go through the house, they get more and more creepy. Coming out from behind these corners and coming at you.
That might be the top top favorite set design.
Yeah, it was one of my favorites too. And we learned. Do you remember the was it called the Blood Moon house? Mm-hmm. It's the same designer. We learned that from our tour guide, and that was one of my favorites last year. That guy just has an eye for visual. And what was the one called with the boat inside 2 years ago? The Dead Man's Pier. Do you remember that one?
Right. Yes, those are awesome.
Same designer. Wow. So you'll know when you go in El Artista or La Artista.
No, it's El. I guess Artista is a masculine noun. If we want to break it down, let's get into the...
we don't.
Lo siento.
I was just reading off the paper.
Estoy tratando de aprender.
We go to Paul.
You did that very well.
Paul, we go to Mexican restaurants, and he has to order in Spanish.
No, es verdad. No, es verdad.
And I'm left out. I'm like a third wheel. I'm like on a date with our server and this guy that speaks Spanish. And
I just pull out the Google Translate.
I need hearing aids anyway. I need the kind that will translate.
Yeah. So
I'll know if you're talking about me or ordering food.
Uh-huh.
It could go either way. All right, let's talk about the last three houses that we went through. Let's start with, is it called Galkn? Monsters of the North? Galkn?
Yeah.
Galkn.
Yeah.
This is, I don't want to step on any copyright infringements. Let's just say that winter is coming, and we were there in the north.
Yeah.
And there's this beast that has come to life after being killed by the village people. Not the band, but the people that live in the village.
Scary sailor and scary
It's this beast that used to eat like livestock and stuff, and so the village people killed this beast, and now she is resurrected in this winter storm, and it's coming after us.
Was it cold in there?
It was cold in there. I'm a big fan of the franchise that this is kind of loosely based on, which if you have HBO and you love dragons and that kind of thing, you know exactly what we're talking about. They did a really, really good job of capturing that feel of that show without stepping on any, copyright infringements, and I loved this house.
Yeah.
Where were you on it?
I loved it too. This was one of the last five we did, and they were the non-soundstage, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And this was one of them, which all the sets were great. It was a smaller, it felt more scaled down, so they put a lot of detail into the sets, and this was one of them. Great.
It's funny you mentioned non-soundstage because I told you as we were walking, I call it outside the park. Yeah. Years ago, you were working here when there was the house based on The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. Mm-hmm. That was one of the first houses I remember going to, like, again, what I call outside the park. And I remember how cold it was and how visually stunning it was because I'm a big fan of John Carpenter and that movie. And I remember going through that house going, I feel like I'm on the set of that movie. And ever since then, and maybe it's in my mind, all those houses that are outside the park, out there in those, they've created these like massive.
They built two new.
Would you call them tents or
permanent tents?
Yeah,
like a semi-permanent tents.
Yeah,
yes.
And for some reason,
they're huge.
Maybe it's in my mind, but the houses that are out there always seem to be like the creme de la creme.
They remind me of barracks. Like really large.
I could see that.
Barracks.
I could see that.
But yeah, those were especially immersive.
Yeah.
Something about the sets were, detailed and immersive.
And maybe it's also because it is outside the park. You kind of feel like
it's really not outside. You can't say it's outside of the park. It's in the park.
It's in the park, but it's
around the perimeter.
It's around the perimeter. I remember way back in the day, one of the buildings is where they stored the Mardi Gras parades floats.
Yes.
And so it's kind of out in that area. It's not where you would normally walk through if you were here visiting the park.
You don't see it from inside the park.
Right. Backlot? Could we call it backlot?
You could.
Ish.
Yeah, ish.
It's backlot-ish. But anyway, yeah, the last two houses were also part of that backlot-ish area. Let's talk about Jason. That was actually the last house we saw, obviously based on the Jason franchise, and it was all the Jasons you've ever seen in every Jason movie, and there have been like, I think, 15 or so. And I loved it because I'm a big fan of that character. And there are certain ones, like I forget which Jason it was, where they like stuck a pole through his grave and then lightning struck it. Do you remember that one?
Yes.
And this decayed zombie Jason came out, and so that one was in there. There's all these different versions of Jason through all the years that come at you, and that gave me some really good jumps.
Yeah, a lot of great nostalgia on that one, and that was the only house that had a segment of little corridor hallway where you could not see it all, and not because of darkness, but because of the fog.
The fog.
And that made it extra scary, of course. You can't see. I
went right behind our tour guide, Paula, and he literally covered his ears and dropped his head to get through that corridor because it was so, I think he was so scared. I saw him jump a couple of times like a girl, and that was a joke.
Thank you for that.
But in that corridor, about every 5 or 6 feet, there's curtains that you have to get through.
Right.
And you get through it, and then it's fog, and then it's dark, and then it's scary. Strobes, and then there's Jason with an axe or with a machete. The different Jasons having the different weapons.
You can't go wrong with Jason at Halloween.
You really can't.
No.
And one of the things about like all the houses, there's all these different characters, so you kind of don't know what's coming next. This house was the house of Jason. I mean, every scare was Jason.
But I got to say, I wish more of the houses took away one of your senses, because that was the only house where I was like, oh no, I can't see at all. I'm alarmed.
There were some really, really dark moments, and that is kind of scary. It's scary. I don't want to say why I'm scared.
Well, when they have those flashes, right? So the flash and your pupils go.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's dark.
Because you have to have that millisecond of regaining reality.
Yeah. Well, there were those throughout the other houses, but this one was a long stretch of hallway where it was like, okay, I'm like have to feel my way through.
Yeah.
Well, that's using one of the senses that you're not using in one of the other houses.
Right.
You're right, and that's why
losing touch.
Whenever they drop something and the earth shakes, that's another one that always gets
the
me.
noises. Those jarring noises always get you.
You saw the Hitchcock film Rear Window. Mm-hmm. Remember when the guy from across the courtyard came at Jimmy Stewart and he was using the bulbs in his camera to blind the guy? That's what I thought of when you just mentioned the strobes, because that's what happens. You need a second to be like, wait, where am I? And then there's this character in your face,
right? And
it's like, whoa, it's jarring. All right, the last house we went to was Fallout, and full disclosure, I had no idea this was a show. I have never, I don't even think I've seen a trailer for this show. This was one of my favorite houses, story-wise, and the characters were really great. There's one character, are you familiar with this show?
I've just started recently
watching it. Yeah. So the girl that's in it, she's not a scary character. She's not toxically deformed. She's just a regular person, and so we kind of follow her looking for her dad through the Fallout house, and then there's these creatures that are also looking for her dad, and I thought that was visually and storyline one of the best houses.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not familiar with the franchise.
And I'm not either, but the lead girl, she's super cute and kind of Laura Croftish.
Yeah.
From Tomb Raider, that kind of vibe.
Definitely the heroine type.
Yeah.
Is this a house that you're going to go into, Paula?
I'll do all the houses.
You will?
You come here and to see all the houses, you got to do all the houses.
I agree.
And you got to do the shows.
I agree.
And you have to do the scares. You have to do everything you can.
And you have to eat the food. And drink the drinks.
Yeah.
Gotta do it.
Several of them.
Gotta
drink the blood. Speaking of scare zones, let's run through those real quick. There's the Origin of Horror. I liked that one. Masquerade, Dance and Death. So there's the Masquerade Dance is like a disco and outdoor EDM. That was the last one we went through, remember?
Yeah, which I like that one.
I like that one a lot. The Cat Lady of Crooked Lane, liked that one a lot. And Mutations, Toxic 20s. I like that one too. That was the one, remember, where the toxic car ran into, I think it was a police car, and there was I think it was rat poisoning, and all the people had their faces were bubbling up.
Yeah.
That was kind of, I actually almost ran into someone cheek to cheek that had all those toxic bubbles on his face, and it kind of scared me.
Yeah.
I don't want
Was it contagious?
It was contagious. That's why I didn't want to bump into him. Leaving here looking like that. That's not right.
Okay, did you see any of the shows?
So we actually did not get to see the show, and the show I believe is a continuation of last year's show. this year.
The Nightmare Fuel?
Yeah, the Nightmare Fuel.
Love that show.
You saw it?
No, not this year, but I just love that we've brought that here.
Yeah.
And this is what, the 3rd or 4th year?
I think at least 3, maybe 4 years. It's kind of, correct me if I'm wrong, it's kind of replacing Bill and Ted.
Correct. Bill and Ted is no more.
Right. Bill and Ted is no more, but this is kind of like the ongoing year. And we did learn that the storyline continues from last year. So I'm kind of bummed we didn't get to see it.
They have a magic that appears in the beginning. And it's like, I will come and just go to that show because I'm still trying to figure out what happens.
Really?
Because I can't figure out the magic.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Because it's on stage, and no matter where you sit,
it happens.
It happens, and you try to figure it out.
The stage shows are a great way if you're doing the whole night to take a break, get off your feet, and just enjoy the dancing and the pop culture references,
which they bring in.
Yeah, absolutely.
They bring it into Nightmare Fuel.
Yeah. So yeah, it is a great way. If you've never been to Halloween Horror Nights, I would say schedule the time to grab something to eat, sit down for. I think it's a 30-minute show. Ish,
yeah. Beginning.
So it kind of gives you a chance to just take a breather before you go back into the next house, whatever that house may be. Let's talk about staying on property. If you're going to be coming to Halloween Horror Nights from Jacksonville or anywhere else, there's some advantages to staying on property. There are some advantages. Some of the premium hotels will get you into the park early, so that's always nice. Free transportation. Now, that's for Halloween Horror Nights too, or just into the park? Just into the park in the mornings. Yeah. So there's different levels of hotels. Right. So the more premium hotels will give you earlier access than some of the others. You'll get preferred dining reservations. It's really a good deal. The express packages. If you're coming from anywhere in the state of Florida, I think staying at a property, on site is the way to go. Yes. First of all, the hotels themselves are an experience. We're staying at Endless Summer on Dockside right now, and I love when you first walk in the room. There's a surfboard. Like you instantly get into the mindset. They're much larger rooms, right? Bigger rooms. The rooms that we have 3 beds. They're suites. Yeah, they're suites. Yes, there's all of them are suites. Oh, they are? Yes. I did not know that. Yeah, you didn't either. Yeah, I did not. And they got little kitchens and like a little picnic table, and I love the Murphy bed rooms. Comes out over the picnic table. Wait, it does? Did the Murphy bed come out over the picnic table? I guess you're right. I didn't know that. I believe so. Wow. I think so. I got to get back in our room and check that out. My favorite properties are the Lowe's hotels that are like right here. The Hard Rock. If I won Powerball, I would buy a room at the Hard Rock, and that's where I would live. I love the Hard Rock. Me too. I mean, as a music lover, it is just it's the memorabilia. The memorabilia. The first time I ever walked into that place, I'm like, I'm at home. I felt like I was at home. It's amazing. Portofino's amazing. I love Sapphire Falls. Yeah, you and your daughter. That's like one of your favorite places to go. Stay. Yeah, the hotels here are just amazing. So if you've never stayed on site, definitely recommend that. Do it at least one time. And they do get renovated. I mean, they've all been renovated. They're all up to date. They all have the latest and greatest amenities. Yeah. So you got to get down and check it out. Is there anything we didn't cover? I don't think so. The Lagoon show? Oh, the Lagoon show, because we didn't see that one either. Can you tell us about that? The Lagoon show happens in Universal Studios Florida. It's over in the center, right? The Lagoon shows that appear in the water and drones. Oh, really? It's pretty cool. I remember way back in the day there was like a boat, almost like a stunt show. Do you remember that? Oh, back in the day. Now you're talking a long time ago. Yeah. It was back in the day. Dynamite Nights. Yes! Oh, my God. My mind was just blown. I pulled that out of nowhere. Nice. I know that was a while ago, but as soon as you said Lagoon, I thought about that. Remember the boat? Absolutely. There were boats and jet skis. Do you remember that? All I'm thinking of is Cypress Gardens or Weeki Wachi water ski show, Pyramid. This was like on steroids. Explosions. Because it's a small lagoon, right? So Cypress Gardens had that big lake. Yeah. This is a small lagoon, and the boats are like flying in the middle of the park. And they're small. They're small boats. They're like regular sized boats. Regular sized boats. Yeah, regular sized boats. Yeah. I don't remember this show. Some of them are still like by Finnegan's or on the piers. They used to be sitting over there. Oh, is that some of the ones from that show? From that show. Well, replicas. Yeah. Modern neighbors. Because the other ones blew up. Yeah, I forgot about that show. So there's so many there's 2 shows every year, 2 chances to just sit down and just relax. Yeah. What else did we overlook?
You want to talk about the food?
The food. There was a deep fried cheesecake that we didn't get to last night.
Yeah.
That looked so dang good. I was so full already because they had from Freddy's. They had spaghetti on pizza. So I had a slice of that spaghetti meatballs on pizza. That was like the vessel to get it into your mouth, and it was so good and so fun to eat. I felt like a kid. Like, I'm eating spaghetti on pizza.
Yeah.
There was this great ramen meal.
There's no rules when it comes to Halloween.
There's no rules. And the food's amazing. What was your favorite food last night?
I mean, that's primarily what I had. They also had the Sloppy Joe.
Oh, yeah.
With bacon and jalapeno pickles and...
they had street corn.
Yeah.
That was just covered with Parmesan cheese. It looked so good. I didn't get to eat any of that. I was so full.
There's no chocolate?
There was chocolate. There was this from Five Nights at Freddy, the cupcake. You didn't see that movie, did you? There's these creepy cupcakes with this buck tooth. And so they had, these cupcakes were probably, how big were they? Like bigger than a Big Mac.
It was big, a softball, like a softball.
Probably bigger than a softball.
Yeah.
But it was cannoli filling on the outside of this raspberry chocolate cake. Oh, that's why I didn't eat anything else. I ate that damn thing. And it's so filling. It was so good. I wish they were just like tiny and I could have eaten like 40 of those. Or 50. Yeah, the food's amazing.
The food's amazing. The ticket offerings are amazing. The hotels are amazing. So, check out universalorlando.com and download the app. And the app has the maps. It tells you where to go.
Oh, yeah, the app map.
App map.
Don't forget the app map.
So it's all a great experience to come.
One thing I would say, too, if you've never been, sit down before you come and make a plan of the houses you want to see. Because there's some wait time. And knock out the ones you want to see first. And, have an order of where you want to go in.
If you're coming from any distance and you want to do the park, 100% book the RIP tour.
I agree.
It is so worth it.
I agree.
Because you don't wait in line. You go right to the front.
Yeah, you have to do that.
You have to do that.
That's the only way to do it.
It's expensive and it's, night dependent.
Worth it.
And it's so worth it. If you're only going to come once.
Right.
And you're traveling a long distance, it's the way to go.
It's the only way to do it.
I agree 100%. And that's exactly what we did last night. We're so blessed to be in the media and get invited to this event so we can see all the houses.
I tried to come with you.
You did?
Remember I was talking to you on the phone yesterday?
Oh, yeah,
Did you have an extra ticket?
Yeah,
you
want to be to boot Matt out and come with us. Do you get to do these RIP tours?
No.
Wow. Again.
Well, I'd have to pay for it.
We're so blessed. I mean, we really are, and we're fully aware of that, and we're very thankful to Universal for inviting us to this every year and letting us experience it and then share it with our listeners on how much fun it is. And you're right. If you're going to come down and you want to see everything, and you said from a distance, but even if you're coming from Jacksonville.
I'm saying Jacksonville's a distance.
I thought you were talking about.
You're coming down and you're going back home that night. I
thought you were talking about like Saratoga, New York or something.
Or London.
Oh,
we had such an international group.
They do.
We met people from Brazil, London, Ireland, Scotland.
France.
They do. They come from all over the world.
Yeah. The ones that were from France, they had like cone heads. Do you remember that? And I was like, where are you from? And they're like, we're from France.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, these were media people that were...
that was an old school Saturday Night Live reference that went right over your head.
I've become so immune to... He gets me. He's so good. His delivery is filled with such conviction, and I will believe anything he says.
That sketch?
But
we're from France. Anyway, it was people from all over. If you're coming from Brazil or France, definitely get the RIP package. That's the bottom line.
The cone head.
If you're coming from Brazil, France, or Jacksonville,
otherwise don't
worry about it. Yeah. No, you're right. It's the way to do it because you do get to see every house and get to experience every single thing.
Yes, and you get the history of the houses from your tour guide.
They're so knowledgeable.
You get a little background.
Hey, when you book an RIP tour, can you book who your guide is?
I wish.
You can't?
You can't request?
Because we had this guy last night who we think we've had before,
Joe Mully.
Joe Mully. Do you know him?
From London.
He's from London.
Somewhere in England.
So good. He is so enthusiastic, and he's such a fan, and he's been through the houses, and he can let you know what you're going to expect. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a bad tour guide. They're all so much fun.
They're good, and they want those jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Those are coveted jobs.
He told us he started out, I think it was on one of the roller coasters, maybe Dueling Dragons, just like buckling people in, and he would see these tours go through. He was a kid, and he'd be like, I want to do what they're doing, and he kind of worked his way up, so now he's a tour guide, and he just loves it. He just loves his life, like you probably.
I love my life.
You retired from this, and now you do it like as a contractor.
Yeah, it's part-time for me. I come back. I'm still part of the team, come back and see the park. I've seen it evolve. It's wonderful to see people that I worked with over the years.
Speaking of evolving, can you tell us what's going to go with the Rip Rocket?
Oh, right.
Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket.
That was wild to see.
Can you tell us what's going there?
I have no idea.
So you don't know yet?
I do not
Or
know.
You're just not going to tell us?
That too.
That too. Yeah, that's another creepy part of the Halloween Horror Nights experience is watching that being deconstructed.
It's taking over a lot of the park.
Yeah, it really is.
From City Walk all the way to the back.
I'm not going to lie, it made me sad because I loved that ride.
That was a great ride. That was a really, really fun ride.
I never buckled myself in all the way.
Wait, what?
When you pull down the handle, you don't pull it down all the way. You leave a little room so that when you do the anti-gravity, you come out of your seat. I do that on Hulk, too.
What?
Yeah, when
you're allowed to do
You're
that?
Such a rebel.
Well, you know what? My belly's so big that just one notch and I'm in. That's the problem for me. Do you like the Hulk?
I love the Hulk.
Okay, real quick story. I know this is going a little long.
You're wearing the Hulk shirt.
The shirt I'm wearing right now, before the park opened, they did like a soft opening. It was Mother's Day of whatever year it opened.
Right, I remember, yep.
Oh, you were here?
I was here.
I was here. I brought my nephew. I think he was like 14 years old. And we rode the Hulk, no lie, a dozen times because there was no one here. We would get off, go back, get in the front. Get off, go back, get in the back, get in the middle. We rode it so many times. And I got this shirt that day. It used to have white lettering in the back, but the white has frayed off. But I wear this shirt every time I come to the broadcast center.
Working on the commercials, the B-roll for that attraction, we would bring in people to ride the coaster so that we could film it. And we would want people who could ride it over and over and over, and over again. And there's a coaster group called American Coaster Enthusiasts, ACE. And that's their thing, is like they love to ride roller coasters.
Yeah.
So all the theme parks reach out to this group. I had a guy on Hulk ride it 43 times in a row.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
I would have
and your brain's got to be jelly.
Right.
Huge headache. I mean,
43 times.
I suffer from vertigo now, so I'm not on as many.
You can't.
Yeah, but I know that there was a few years ago they switched over the way it launches to like this like magnetic, smooth, and I have not experienced that yet.
It's all good.
I'm really bummed. I think I will try it sometime.
Don't risk your vertigo
it might be worth it because that is a
maybe it'll put everything back in order.
Right. Maybe it will. That's what I need to do. I need to ride and get corrected. Yeah. So watching the one roller coaster being deconstructed, to me, added to the ambiance of the creepiness of the night because we kept walking underneath it. It is sad, but I'm looking forward to what's coming next because there's. What? You know what's coming next?
I do not know. I am not privy.
We have ways of making
this is what I can neither confirm nor deny what you read on Screamscape is true.
On what?
Screamscape.
You have to follow the fanatics.
Is that a website?
A YouTube channel or
Screamscape?
Yeah.
Facebook or Twitter.
It's on the World Wide Web.
I gotta find out because I want to know what's happening.
There's a few social media teams out there that are really like tuned in. I don't know how they get the information. I don't know. Management would always come to us and go, "Who leaked out this photo?" And I'm like, there's a whole team. There's an underground team that figures.
I am so glad you told me that because I'm going to start doing some investigating. I want to know.
It's pretty amazing what they.
As the promotions director for both the radio stations, I have to know what's coming up so I can plan my calendar. So I've got to start doing some research.
When are you coming back? You're going to come back for holidays?
Yeah. Oh, I don't think we're coming back for holidays this year.
Mardi Gras?
But definitely Mardi Gras for sure.
Ride the floats?
Yeah, I hope so. We rode the float. Were you with us when we rode the floats a couple of years ago?
No.
And we got to throw out the beads.
I
didn't know how much fun that was going to be.
It's a workout.
It's a workout, and I've never ridden a Mardi Gras float and been the one to throw the beads out. But to see the people like begging for the beads, I'm like, that was me. That was me last year, and now I'm tossing them out. And you guys, here's what's amazing. You guys have an endless supply of beads.
Yes, we do.
It's weird. You'll take a box and another one will just appear. It's magic.
You have to get rid of all the beads on your float.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to have to
They don't want to have to
clean them up. So you're at the end of the when you come towards the end and you're like scrambling around the floor, picking up all the loose pieces.
Get them out of here! Get them out of here! It's great. Yeah, we'll be back for sure.
Good.
And hopefully we'll have you, and you can join us again on the podcast.
Absolutely.
What is that?
It's a creaky door.
Is that our cue?
I think so.
Paul, thank you so much for hanging out with us this morning, being on the podcast, and lending your expertise, and letting us know about, what's that website again?
UniversalOrlando.com.
No, the one where I can get information on the roller
Screamscape.
All right, thank you, everyone.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I can neither confirm nor deny. That's going to be our catchphrase. Again, Halloween Horror Nights is running through November 2nd at Universal Orlando Resort. Thank you to everyone down there for bringing us back and putting up with us every year. Thank you for listening. This has been my longest podcast so far, and I appreciate you hanging out. We'll be back soon with another episode to let you know what's happening live from Jacksonville.